Hello and welcome to Arts and Crafts with Ellie and George. This week we're going to show you how to make something that you can give to somebody else. So with Mother's Day coming up, or if you don't want to do a Mother's Day card, you can do some Happy Mail. We're going to show you how to make some cards. So this is the one that I made in the video. This is another one that I made. So this is something that I really love to do in my free time. These are some cards that I made. And so this is something that I enjoy, and then I'm always thinking of, how can I make something that will bring a smile to somebody's face? How can I make something that will get somebody excited or make them happy to have received it? So we're going to show you how to make a simple postcard where you have beautiful front and then you have the back where you can actually write somebody's address, put a stamp on it, and send it in the mail to somebody. If that's not an option, you can make it and put it in a neighbor's mailbox, or give it to somebody that you know, or of course you can make one for Mother's Day and make it like just a card. So we'll go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is make the backing or the size of the card. So this is about 4.75 by 6.75, so 4 by 6 is pretty much the size that you're going for in terms of postcards. And this is literally made out of a Cheerio box. So I just cut the box up, cut out some rectangles, and I use those as my postcard, so the backing. So this is a little bit smaller, but I've got another box here. This is my kids' favorite lunch, and I'm just gonna cut this up to make the back of my card. So it's probably easier if you open up the box first, and then you want one piece that's a good clean piece, so the top is ripped on this, but I can use this side. So I'm just gonna cut that out of the box. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and use the card that I had cut out from the Cheerio box. The first thing that we're gonna do is create a background. So just like in your visual journal pages, these look best when you have something covering the background. So if I am going to actually write on this to send it in the mail, I want to use this part as the background. Probably either way, if you have some kind of product packaging that is showing on your card or on your cardboard, then you're probably going to want to cover that up anyway. So I'm just going to use some scrapbooking paper that I had left over, and I have my pages that we marbled from the Steam video this week. And I'm just going to go ahead and do my background. So this is my card now, and you can see that it's all oversized on the back. So this is probably, I would say, the easiest way to do something like this. If you're covering the background, just go ahead and glue everything down where you want it, and then go back and trim up the edges. So now I have the background of my card finished. Now, if you do not have papers like this laying around, because you don't buy paper in bulk the way that I do, you can make your own paper. If you want to watch the Steam video from this week, or on my page, it's paper marbling. This we did very easily. You can also color it. You can also find other papers that you have around your house, maybe like lists or notebooks that have interesting paper or different colored papers, and you can cut them up and add them to it. So I have like a hot pink sticky note pad. I also have an owl pad, and then I have this pad that has flowers and things, and I could cut that up. I could cover up the words, I could leave the words, and you could add that as your background as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna glue down some of my ephemeral pieces. So for me, that would be something like a receipt. You could use something like that. I bought and planted a ton of plants over spring break, and so I have all of these tags for my ivy and my petunias, and I also have the wildflower mix that I spread out. So things like this that might have normally ended up in the trash but didn't for one reason or another can be part of your ephemeral items. They can also be things like any kind of collage material like stickers or things that you save off of. So I think I pulled these off of a card because they were really pretty. So I can also add something like that. And remember when we talked about collage, when you're adding your ephemeral items, you want to cut around any kind of background or empty space around the object. So if you're using a magazine picture or something, cutting around the object to give it more depth and dimension in your actual piece. Okay, so now I have mostly my background done and my ephemeral pieces glued down. And now I can either leave it like this, I can add some words, I can draw some characters on there. There you go. I can add another layer onto this with a drawing material, and then I can do the back. Okay, so at this point I am done with the front of my card, and I like the way that this looks. So now I can go ahead and do the back. If you are going to make a postcard, I'm going to show you how to split the paper and where you're going to draw and write. If it's not going in the mail like this, then you can do whatever you want on the back. You can add more stickers, you can collage the back and do a double-sided card if you want to do that. But I'm going to show you how to make this into a postcard. So if you're making this into a postcard, we need to be able to address the postcard, send it in the mail, so where it's going, and then you're going to have the actual written part of it. So you're going to need a line. If you don't have a ruler, I would just get something that has flat edges. So this is the case to the stamps that Elliot is currently using. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line. You probably do want to line it up on something, so make sure that it's straight. So once I have my line drawn, I can go ahead and address my postcard. So the same thing, you might want to get something that you can use to draw a straight edge. Okay, so now this is where I would write my intended receiver's information. So if I'm sending a postcard to my sister, I would write her name up here, I would write her address here, then I would write my message on this side. You also want to make sure that you have a place for a stamp if you're sending it in the mailbox. So if you're not going to send it in the mailbox and you want it to look official, then you can draw your own stamp like this. You can put a little design in it if you want. So this is where your stamp would go in the top right-hand corner, your receiver's information, and then you write your message. And that is it. You can send someone some happy mail and make their day.
Thanks for watching Class with Ellie and George, and see you later. Have a good day.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Okay. Hey there, it's Miss Bumgarner. You have no clothes on. Elliot, you need to go put clothes on.
So hello guys. Today we're doing an activity. So we're not doing an activity. We're just talking and we're just going to somewhere
No, we are doing
else.
an activity.
By far we're not. So we're doing an activity. Today we're doing an activity with drawing paper, and most we're doing drawing paper everywhere in our drawing paper. So hope you have your drawing paper, and I hope you have every drawing paper, and you need to talk to mommy now. You want to talk to mama. Yeah.
They can be really
special, and and thanks for watching Craft with Ellie.
We're not done. So this is something that I really Hey, why is it thumbs down?
Because you're taking for a long time.
We just started.
I'm just coloring. Mommy, look.
Ooh, I love it.
Now Mother's Day is gonna be so happy.